Right, so Multiversus has now got its like first bit of single player, not online content, and I'm fully behind it. I'm fully behind it because that's what I was screaming for. That was what I was, really trying to get. That's like what I wanted from the start. Is like, because the regular 1v1 2v2 stuff, I think 1v1 has just been phased out, and the 2v2 stuff, the regular team stuff, is fun for about 10 minutes, and then it gets old really quickly. So we needed some kind of single player content just to keep people engaged, and also get more rewards, get more gold coming in, more, so you could unlock new characters quicker. And arcade mode does that, kind of. There are still problems. It's not perfect. Short is the big thing. You can get the easy mode done in 10 minutes. You can get the medium mode done in about half an hour, and hard mode is actually genuinely hard. It's genuinely difficult. So I'd say that one will probably take you about an hour, just because it's 8 fights and they're all genuinely quite hard. Well, the first one is, I haven't got past the first one because I chose the wrong character. Because I've been putting all of my eggs into the Superman basket, and Superman is kind of not very good for arcade hard mode, especially against Stripe, who is insane, who is just great, just a great character. But yeah, the biggest thing for me is like, there's just not much there to really talk about with arcade mode. It's fine for what it is. It's just, this is clearly the first iteration of something that's going to be much better, with a few more updates and a few more tweaks. As it stands at the moment, it's okay. It's fine. I do like how at the end of the medium, at the end of the medium difficulty level, you fight a rain dog, and it just grows to like double the size halfway through. So you're fighting that kind of like raid boss style thing that I wanted to see. I wanted to see from the start of the game, and that it'll be interesting to see if the fights actually change, or if the rotation of characters is the same every time, because that, or if the bosses of each stage are the same every time, because that feels like a gimmick that can only work with Rain Dog. Just the growing to like double the size. That feels like something that can only work with Rain Dog. Or like maybe Iron Giant. Maybe? I haven't actually fought an Iron Giant in the arcade mode yet. I want to. He's probably in the hard mode. But yeah, it's a good thing. It's a step in the right direction. There's not a lot there at the moment, but the things that are important to remember is it says arcade mode in brackets classic volume 1 or 1.0, and that's the important thing to remember. So that makes me believe there's going to be a volume 2. There's probably going to be different modes added to this, and my big thing post this is like a tower mode or some kind of story mode or something, some kind of like campaign, or attach like cutscenes to the arcade mode. Like if you start and beat it with a certain character, then, because they have rival fights, there's rival fights, which, Superman's rival is Batman, Batman's rival is probably Harley, and etc. etc. Black Adam's is probably Superman. If you're one to believe that Dwayne Johnson knows everything about Black Adam, which he doesn't, because if he did, he'd be campaigning to get Black Adam to fight Shazam, and Shazam would have been in the after credit scene of Black Adam. But who knows, really? Shazam for Multiversus, 100%, by the way. That's my other thing. Black Adam came out with arcade mode yesterday. As of the day of filming this, he came out yesterday, and he looks kind of lackluster. For a character coming out now, looks lackluster, because he doesn't look nearly as cool as Rick. He doesn't have nearly as many support things as Morty. He doesn't look nearly as batshit crazy all over the place as Stripe. He just looks kind of like Superman with electricity, which is fine. He may be really good when you're playing as him, but from seeing other people play him, people are sweaty, mad sweaty. People are mad sweaty, getting like level 10s, all of the super moves for Black Adam day one. People doing that are mad, especially now that they've like doubled the amount of time it takes to level up past level 3. Madness. You have the people like the Avengers community. I thought they were mad for like. Actually, they're worse. Worse over in the Avengers community. Like, getting a character to level 15 day one. What are you going to do for the other 3 months waiting for the next character? Here, at least there's a new character every month. So if you're putting all of your eggs into the Black Adam basket, you don't need to wait that long until the next character. And now that we've got arcade mode, it's not going to take nearly as long to grind the amount of gold that you need for the next character. So overall, arcade mode, it's a win, with the parentheses of there is the promise of more, and the game does seem to be updating stuff relatively quickly over the course of its lifespan, when compared to other games like this, especially because it's free to play. You know, arcade mode is fine for what it is, and obviously my reaction to that Rain Dog fight was this is a step in the right direction. Maybe they are leaning towards like maybe the bigger bosses later on for more single player stuff. I know that the idea and the whole premise of a game like this is online and going online all of the time, but a fighting game lives and dies by single player content. It's why Injustice, there's still an Injustice community even to this day. I know most of those people are online, but how do you think they're grinding to be really good online? Because they're practicing through all of the non-online stuff and the multiverse stuff and all of that. Multiverses, I think the arcade ladders are really, I think they're your way of learning a character and your way of getting really good, so that when you go into the online stuff, you're going to be blasting. Really, you're going to be having a lot more fun in the 2v2s, because you're going to be batshit insane at your characters from what you've been playing in arcade. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the arcade mode. A shorter video. I think it's a good sign of things to come, and if the game keeps tweaking the single player stuff, because the online stuff is fine at the moment. It's fine for what it is. It doesn't need any more adjustments at the moment. What we need is like these constant tweaks to single player stuff and the non-online stuff, so that then when you've got like a good couple single player modes, or like when you've got like your stuff to grind towards, because now you've got the stuff to grind, so now you need a goal, right? And that goal shouldn't be who's my next character gonna be. That goal should be here's a thing to get like the stuff to buy uniforms, because at the moment uniforms are entirely paywall. They're entirely pay to play or pay to get. They're fully monetized, which is fine because they're not needed and they don't affect gameplay. But if you want something for players to aim towards, then put a game mode in that gives you the currency to buy those. Because like gold, you get minimal gold from doing everything in the game. So the whole point is you get lots of game modes that give you a little bit of gold. So it's little but often. It's kind of like revising for an exam. But a big like raid boss or something like that. I don't know why I'm saying raid boss, because this is a fighting game. Fighting games don't have raids, or if they do, they look completely different than a raid in something like Destiny or something like Avengers. But yeah, I think with something like this, you need that game mode that's going to offer you a minimal amount of the premium currency, so that it's something to aim towards with all the grinding that you're doing of the other game modes. You need something to aim towards that you're grinding for, and like a big boss enemy, or like a raid style thing, a raid style mode where it's kind of like the arcade, but it's souped up to like 11, would be great. Or like a maze thing, or something with, because the arcades, they're just like regular 1v1 fights. They're not like, it's only that one rain dog fight that has anything special in it. Maybe in hard mode, when I get a bit further on in hard mode, there's some more stuff to it. But at the moment, from what I've seen so far, it's only the rain dog fight that has anything special in it. Maybe put some more stuff in that's like that, where matches and where fights have actual like buffs and debuffs to them, or like there's like stage hazards or something, or like halfway through your character shrinks, or like the enemy character grows or shrinks and gets a smaller hitbox. Maybe imagine fighting like a giant Taz, like a giant Tasmanian devil, or like I said, the Iron Giant grows huge, or like fighting a big Godzilla. So that could be the raid boss. You introduce Godzilla, and then you have to fight Godzilla X amount of times to unlock Godzilla, and he'll be like this massive, huge tank of a character that would just be insane. And like you could do the same thing with King Kong. Yeah, that could be a way that they introduce characters later on. They make these more like premium characters that are really, really good, but they're locked behind like a raid, and you have to grind your other characters. You have to grind your other characters to get these really shiny, big, massive, like super duper characters, like your Godzillas, your King Kongs, and other characters to that kind of ilk. Maybe like a Gossamer, if you get to that point. Or like a Pennywise for like a Halloween event. And like, I don't know if this is a good idea, but it's just an idea, is to have these characters or these like raid bosses be seasonal. So like, I know what is the only thing I can really relate this to game mode wise isn't Smash Brothers. It would probably be Contest of Champions, actually, where they have like every summer they do like the Summer of Pain, which is every week there's a super like souped up version of a character that you need to fight with different parameters and stuff, and that would be a good way to have like the raid boss thing. It could be like a souped up version of a Superman, souped up version of Black Adam, souped up Bugs Bunny. Just have like super crazy parameters around it. Go ham. That seems to be my big catchphrase ever since I started talking about Avengers. I'm just like, go ham with it. Go hog wild. Put everything you can possibly think of into all these game modes, and I think people start talking about it and people start being like, hey, this is a fighting game, but it's really different, and hey, this is the thing that this game does that other games don't, because I don't think the roster is enough of a selling point now. At the start, maybe. At the start, hey, you can fight Batman as Shaggy. You can play as Velma and fight the Iron Giant. That was a selling point at launch. But I think now, several months later, and the arcade mode is testament to this. You need to start putting in stuff that's going to make players stay. And is arcade mode going to keep players invested for long periods of time? We'll have to wait and see, because at the moment the Halloween event and the big reward that you get is the candy corn, and that it takes so much of that to actually get anything worthwhile from the Halloween store. So outside of that, the gold rewards that you actually get, the amount of gold that you get, isn't enough to say it's massively worth it. Maybe after the Halloween event's over, we'll be able to see it a bit better. Which is why I'm kind of confused why they dropped arcade mode with the Halloween event still running, and why the Halloween event is still running until November 15th. Because you're well past Halloween then. It's like if a Christmas event still went on into like mid-January. That's what I would that's what I would compare it to. But anyways, I know I said a shorter video. That was at 9 minutes. It's now nearly 20 minutes. Let me know in the comments below what you think of arcade mode. Have you beaten hard mode yet? Who did you beat it with? Who are the characters that you're running the arcade mode with? Because I went easy mode Garnet, medium Morty, hard mode I tried with Superman, fucked it up. I'm going to try it again tonight on stream with a different character. I don't know who yet, but a different character. I'll see how that goes. But yeah, let me know who you've been running arcade mode with. Let me know what your thoughts on Black Adam are. I've already said mine. I think he's okay. Basically a souped up Superman. You know. But yeah, let me know all that stuff in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.